Our team coverage continuing with ABC4's Brittany Johnson. She joins us from the Capitol with a look into Utah's adoption laws. And Brittany, after the news broke today, some are questioning whether Utah's adoption laws are strict enough.
That's right, Emily. There has been some discussion around Utah's law when it comes to adoption, whether it's more lax than other states. Now, tonight, I spoke with a couple who recently went through Utah's adoption process, as well as a professor of law, to get some more insight. Does Utah need to implement stricter laws regarding adoption?
That's something we may be looking at with our legislature in the future, if there's a way to tighten that up.
It's a question asked during today's press conference as the Utah Attorney General's office announced 11 felony charges against Paul Peterson. The AG's office alleging the Arizona elected official operated an illegal adoption scheme here in Utah.
There's no words how sad it is for all parties involved and how disgusting someone could be to do something like this.
Although Maggie Johnson and her husband Tyler say the process to become adoptive parents in Utah is already strict.
We had to pass a state background check and a federal FBI background check, and then we had to pass a child abuse background screening as well.
They admit there's room for improvement, especially if using a private adoption service.
I think it can be scary because there's not a lot of regulation to it.
Linda Smith, professor of law at the University of Utah, adds there are risk factors that unfortunately make Utah a good place for people to take advantage of others.
Unwed fathers have a very difficult time asserting their rights in Utah. In some states, unwed fathers automatically have a right to notice and consent. The speed with which adoption can be ordered, the fact that private agencies can handle adoption, the fact that monies can be paid to the relinquishing parents.
Smith recommends the following legislation be implemented to help prevent exploitation of highly vulnerable groups.
The law could be easily changed to eliminate any payment from the adoptive parents or the adoption agency to the relinquishing parents.
Now, if you've been through Utah's adoption process, whether it be through a private agency or through a nonprofit organization, we want to hear from you. We want you to weigh in on this topic, on this issue. Go to our ABC4 Facebook page and leave a comment. For now, reporting live from the Utah State Capitol, I'm Brittany Johnson, ABC4 News.
Brittany, thank you. Well, investigators are pointing out that the adopted families in Utah did want to adopt in good faith in this situation, and they didn't realize they were being victimized or connected to birth families who were possibly being exploited. So tonight we asked Children's Service Society what red flags families seeking to adopt should look out for in the process. The society naming a handful of things we're going to share now. Well, one, be leery of paying a woman to place a child. Now, this is illegal in Utah. Secondly, they said when at the hospital, if there's a sudden fee change or a price hike after the baby's born, that's a red flag. And then if you're hearing different prices for different races of children, that's an indicator something isn't right.
If they're saying, you know, within 3 months, we're going to find somebody for you, that would also be a red flag. Where birth parents come forward at their own discretion, and it's impossible to predict when that's going to happen or when that matching is going to take place. That would be something I would be concerned how they're predicting that.